Hey there, welcome back to the virtual table. So I do have a rule update where I was actually punishing myself more than I needed to, and I admit that I was telling you that I was confused by it, but I finally got it sorted out. So let me open the English bot here. So this says France. So it's a name of a country. This is Scotland. This is the owner of Picardy. So whoever owns Picardy, blah blah blah. And then you'll see realm in Flanders and Wall, realm in Lower Saxony. So this is the part that I was misunderstanding. A realm in Flanders and Wallonia is just one of these. So here, look at Lower Saxony. So here you can see I took. This is actually two realms I just took out. So I'm going to move these down to Hanover because Braunschweig here, as you can see, was just one realm. So they were two provinces that are the same realm. So they did their claim, and they actually did this one properly, even though they technically they just ran out of cubes, or otherwise they wouldn't have. They would have taken them all. So the fact that they're coming in and taking out everything is not kosher. They would have just chosen one single realm in here, and they would have chosen it based on the letter, alphabetical. So of course Braunschweig would have been the first one chosen. So it would take England a little bit longer to expand as massively as they did. So just keep that in mind for your game. I did that improperly. So here they would have done Antwerpen, which is you can see it's the black with the little lion figure. Liege, Luxembourg, Ghent, and Bruges would not have been chosen. They would have taken a single province here, and then the other black ones there in Breda. So yeah, they came in here and conquered these way too fast. So anyways, you get the gist. We're getting ready to start here. As you remember, we got our opportunity to go grab a subjugate, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So it's going to take us two actions to do. One action to play our diplomacy cube, because we're going to have to get cubes out on the board, and then the other one to get it done. And I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to do that right now because it just takes a lot of figuring out. Well, let's just do it in order. I'm just excited. I want to see how it plays out. That's why I don't want to take their turn. All right, let's go. Poland. Got to look at the state of the board. So my son was looking at this, and he just basically his feedback is that the bots don't remove unrest enough. That was his biggest feedback. All right, so Poland's going to do an idea, which is rare for them, but sure. So they're going to roll 5, which is going to be on the far right, which is a warfare one. And just in case there's not a free one available, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the bottom up. So yeah, they're all taken. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're going to go here and take this one. So Austria gets a point and I get a point. Just like that. Donaroonies. Oh, and then they get 2 points. Considering how far behind they are, we don't want to deny them of that. Now we move to the Ottomans, and they are going to do a defend and a siege. And they're going to take this off. And that's it for them. Moving on to France. They're going to do a defend and then a move. And they're going to have to take on... They're going to take on 1, 2, 3, 4 armies here. So that's a hit. Cavalry hit. I'm just now realizing I can hover over them to see what they are. So 2 hits to the French, who have no army. So when they did the defend action, they would have spent 2 cubes to recruit. Like that. And now, yeah, so I'm going to get into the habit of putting armies over here when they're They're not refreshed, and these are the armies. I like that. Okay, so these guys are gone. And then they'll be able to siege next time. England is going to do a... No, I'm sorry, it's to us. Okay, we're going to do a consolidate. So which one am I consolidating here? I do have enough cubes in the riv... Oh, I get 2 more cubes because of this. So I'm going to put them in the... I'm actually going to put them in the diplomacy side. And the consolidate I'm going to do... That's going to cost me 2 plus 2. That's going to cost me 4 cubes. And it just says I score 1 more than normal if it's something that nobody's taken. And as you can see, every single idea has been taken. So that's not... I definitely want to get this colonization policy, though. That's a great one for us. Colonize action will cost 1 less. So instead of 4, it'll be 3. And I instantly gain 2 colonists. So I definitely want to do that. So I want 4 cubes here. So yeah, I'm going to do a focus, and I'm going to move cubes over to the diplomacy. And then we're going to discard this card and one of these alliance cards. I'm also going to play this card. Nope, I'm holding on to them. We can play them at the end of the round. I don't need to play them right now because then the triangle or circles, they're just going to get sick. So we'll do those at the end. Alright, so this gets discarded. And just for official rules purposes, this technically is going to be discarded, but I get to go through here and grab any of the top 5 cards. So I'm going to grab that one. And then this one goes on top, like so. So then this comes into our hand. And in doing this, I have to pay a cube. So I'm going to pay a military and 2 ducats. Alright, that was our turn. And we got our subjugate, and this thing's ready to rock. Now, just to calculate, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need 10 cubes. And the developer, by the way, contacted me. The developers of this game are awesome people, by the way. I know I get negative about a few things with this game, but I don't want to ever leave that impression that I don't like this game. I mean, I'm basically postponing my Frosthaven playthrough to play this because I'm enjoying this that much. They told me that the Portuguese card that let us take these vassal locations in Portugal would have showed up as a DNPR, meaning that Portugal wouldn't have just expanded our vassalization of Portugal. Those would have showed up as a DNPR. So the green DNPR stuff, these guys here would have reappeared on the board. So I'm not going to retcon it, but that was what they believed was the correct interpretation of the Portuguese card. Okay, so yeah, we need 9 cubes, and I don't have to spend 9 cubes from here. I can spend 3 ducats for each cube I need, but that's what I'm preparing for, is to be able to spend these and take power. Alright, I don't know how England had all their cubes over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These 2 are gone. But here we go. Oh, nope. They are going to do a defend, then take a boat over here. I got to make sure that they have double the military strength. I'm just going to put it here. They don't have any military strength, so they're going to spend 2 cubes. What's going on here? To recruit. So all these guys are going to now be a part of their army. Actually, technically only 9. 4, 5. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these two are over here. And technically they have these 4 as well. That's fine. Okay. Yes. Now they're going to fight 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. 1, 2 hits. So these 2 guys die. And that's it for them. Austria. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're going to get another idea. These guys are just idea mongers. Okay, they're going to get a military and then a 1, starting at the bottom. So yeah, they're going to get cannons. So they get 2 points and the Ottomans get 1. Tech is just going up, up, up. Poland. Papal Curia. 2 cubes. One of these is gone. They gonna kill one of the French. Ottomans. Diplomacy. They got the 2 cubes here, and we already know what's going to happen. They're going to create an alliance. It just keeps mixing and repeating. They got to do another diplomacy, or nothing's ever going to happen there. France is going to siege. See, look, the round's almost over. Alright, now it's our turn. We're going to get some cubes out here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to pay for the other 4 by 12. So this will put me down to 7 ducats. I want to keep cubes. I don't want to spend them all. So basically what I just spent was 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm out. Okay, and then the 6, 7, 8, 9, of course, will go here. Hold on, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I need 11. So 9, 10, 11. There's the 5th cube there. And we have room here in Madeira for 5 cubes. So this whole Macaronesia area. So we got our 11 cubes out there. Ready to rock and roll. Move on to the next turn. England. Nope, they're sieging. But that's going to take their whole round. Austria. Papal Curia. Interesting. 2 cubes. Admin card goes away. And England is out. Okay. Austria. They're down to less cubes than they have, so they're going to do a event. Let's not forget to reset this. Alright, Austrian event. Let's roll, baby. 5 is they're going to try to pick their own. Then they're going to try to pick somebody they're at war with, and then they're going to pick number 1. So they're going to do volatile cost fluctuations. I've never seen this one before, so let's check it out. This one, by the way, is kill a cardinal. So they would kill France. This cardinal thing has been brutal. They're just... Look, we haven't even done anything, and we've already moved down to here. We probably would have been dead by now if we would have did it properly. All players must pay ducats equal to half of their... Oh my gosh! Plus 1 ducat for each deployed exhausted land unit, and 2 for every debt that they have and gold province they own. They can debase their currency where they lose a stability and pay only half, or pay in full to gain 1. Now, every bot always chooses the first option, so they're going to pay half. Oh my gosh, this is going to be... Okay, so remember, the bots lose a cube for every 10 ducats, rounded up. And that was the mistake I was making. So when they lost 2 ducats, they would still lose a cube. So, half their tax income, plus 1 ducat for each deployed or exhausted land unit, and 2 for every loan they have. Alright, let's do ours first. Tax income's easy to calculate. We have 20, 8, and 5, so we have 33. So, let's see, that's what, 16 is 32? So if we round up, that would be 17. So we're at 17 already. Okay, and then I think it said 1, so this is 18, 19, 20. We only have 3 deployed. There's nothing exhausted in our manpower. So we're actually good there. And then 2 for every debt. So we're at 20, 22, 24. So I'm going to go into debt with 3 tokens. And that puts us up to our maximum of 5. And I'm doing all this to avoid the stability loss. So I'm now 50 in debt. But we're going to get it back. We are, folks. We're making a lot of money now. And then once we finish this our turn, we're going to be making even more. So it's a good thing I didn't annex Portugal, because if I did, my tax income would actually have been worse, because I'm getting vassal income. So these 5 towns here are going to turn into 5 towns up there. If you'll notice, it's the first one was a full gold, but this is 2 towns, this is 2 towns, this is 2, 4, 6, 8, this is 9 towns. We're going to go all the way to here. So this 5 money is going to turn into 9. So, you know, it would have definitely hurt us some more. So I did the pay in full, and I gained a stability, which... what happens if a player gains a stability? I think we get to... I think something happens if we're already at full stability and we gain another. Oh, there was probably a stability section in here. Let's see. Of course, you can't increase it to more than it is. Positive still. It is not possible. If you gain stability when at +3, you instead gain 2 cubes administrative per step, or you lose 2, and then you must lose a cube of another type or ignore the penalty. That's awesome. I did not expect that. So we're going to gain 2 cubes. 1, 2. Always happy about that. No, we owed 24, if you remember, and I took 30. So we actually go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't want to lose that because I need that 7 ducats if I'm going to be deploying my guys here. I have 6 ducats worth of guys I want to deploy, and so I can't go too far down the hole here. Okay, but now we got to go do these guys, and this is where it gets interesting. So they have, this is 20, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you can just assume it's round up, right, to 40. And they lose a cube for every 10 ducats. That's why I don't have to count it perfectly for them. But they're going to lose 4 cubes. And you know what this means? It means they're all going to pass and end the round. And so then we get to here, and this is 14, 24, 26 for them. So 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Round up to 40, so they're going to lose 4 cubes. They're completely out. Oh, they only have to pay half. They only have to pay half, and then they lose a stability. That's right, that's right. So, technically speaking, the Ottomans have 2 cubes back. Because they're only doing half. But they're all getting unrest. So I'm going to go with Ankara. Nope, Amaisa. You're getting an unrest, so pick one. Danzig. They're all getting one. Oh, and then with Austria, we were supposed to be dealing with this. Oh, crap. Can they move? It's going to take 2 cubes for them to get here. Nope. 1, and then through here to there. Alright, so we did 2 of them. Oh, we did the French one too. I can't remember how many cubes France had. I think they only had 2. And I apologize if I got that wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. Those were the only 2 I did. So let's do Poland now. Poland is at 17 divided by 2 is, well, I mean it's 9 because it's rounded up. 10, 11 because they only have 2 armies. And they're only going to do half of that, which is 5. Yeah, it's just 1 cube for Poland. And then Austria is 26, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or no, I'm not doing the new. We're going to do that system. So we're roughly around 30. Divided in half is 15. They're going to lose 2 cubes. And then these guys are at 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. So they're going to lose 2 cubes. And I don't believe I put unrest on these guys yet. So Anjou. And I know I'm not. I should spend more time figuring out like what is the alphabetical order, but I'm not. I'm just flipping stuff now. And yeah, this is the thing. They need to do this, but I have to flip one of theirs. That's what started all this. We're gonna go with Zagreb. So the problem I have is they should not have done this Papal Curia action. So I'm going to give them 2 cubes back. This card goes back on top. And it was France, I think, that got bumped. So we're just going to move everybody up. France got bumped. These guys are not out there yet. And instead what they would have done is they would have spent their 2 cubes, or 1 cube, moving over. And actually they didn't need to. I'm so sorry. So, because when they win their battles, they get a cube back. And I think I've been forgetting to do that for a lot of these. So, like Poland didn't have it. England did. They would have gotten a cube back. France would have gotten a cube back. And like here, there's unrest. I'm missing. I'm trying to rush this too much. That's my issue. All right. Getting impatient. I actually want to start a new game. That's what I want to do. I don't necessarily. Although I haven't won this yet, so that's why I haven't quit. Okay, so getting back to. Boy, this was a messy one to do. I gave out all the unrest. The Papal Curia thing needs to go back on the board. France is going back off the board. This card gets discarded again. Okay, now we're caught up. When Austria takes their next turn, they're going to move in here and do this battle. So while I'm at it, I'm going to just get it done. And so they're going to take no hits. This gets destroyed. And then they spend a cube and get their cube back. That's their next turn. Okay. Smallpox epidemic is the new one. And my gosh, whose turn was that? Austria is always the troublemaker. So see, they wouldn't even have done that action. Because this last cube for their turn should have been to move over here to do this. And then they're going to spend another cube to siege. So then this would go away. And that's their last cube. So for the next 2 turns, they actually have things to do. So they're going to go here to Poland. And because all these cubes are now gone, what it did was it triggered something. Like, yeah, now this whole round is going to go quicker than intended. Because Austria took their event earlier than necessary. But that's okay. We're going to go ahead and roll. I mean, a player really could have taken an event that early if they wanted to. Okay, so Poland rolls a 5, which means they would take their own. And since they can't take their own, they're taking smallpox. So money comes out onto these 2. And there's the Turkish one. So we got another nasty one. Place a sickness in an area on the America map which is adjacent to a town or claim, and another in another area. For every 2 ducats on this event, place another. Distant provinces with that provide half their normal strength when calculating MC for NPR defense purposes. Oh, so you can put you're putting this on to make it easier to attack someone in North America or anywhere in America. Whose event was this? Is Poland. Poland could give 2 craps about America. So what I'm going to do is it has no effect on them, so I'm just going to give them a cube. And we're going to move to... Oh, and then attrition happens. But I don't think anybody's at war at this point. Everybody's just recovering from all the rebellions. So now it's the Ottomans, and they got the same problem. They are also going to take an event. And let's roll. A 5 means they will take their own, which they do. They have their own here. It's the Janissaries demand pay. That does not sound good for them. And there's ours, the Portuguese crown. Now, if the enemy takes ours, we actually want B. We don't need A. So I'm okay if the enemy takes ours. Maybe we should get one of these juicier ones for the money, right? Especially since we're 50 in debt. Pay troops now. Ottomans must add unrest to any town in a hostile area where they have Ottoman units or pay ducats equal to half their income if unable to. They gain 1 cube if they have the Janissaries idea. And so they will take that one. And then look, they get this new leader and he's sick already. Holy cow. That's not good for them. So the good news is they don't have any hostile areas. So yeah, they're unable to. So they have to pay half their tax income. Ugh, so that's the 20, 30, which is 15, so that's 2 cubes. They're paying 2 cubes. Okay, their turn's over. France. I want to make sure I don't miss out on any stuff here. So France, yes, they're going to do their event now. And so they're going to roll. They roll 5, which means they would take their own. And if they can't take their own, they're taking ours. So ours is happening right now. We don't even get to choose ours. They're choosing it for us. And so we're going to gain a point because they're choosing that for us. And 2 diplomatic power, which is excellent. Plus we get our leader. And that replaces the one we temporarily had in play. 322. I really wish I could have this card back, but maybe we could do a focus action in the future and get it back. And there we go. So they did their turn. So now it's our turn, and yes, we're going to play Subjugate. And that costs us 1 cube. And all of these other cubes, if I can grab them. If it was easy to do one action to take out all these pirates, I would, but it's not. Alright, so we just put in all the cubes that we calculated, and so we gotta take back our vassals now. And then let's do this properly here because I don't want to forget. So there's 1 there. And 1 there. And then 1 there. Oh, and oh yeah, that's a town. That's not a claim. Okay, so we got all these vassals that came back. So there's 2 in every pile except for the first one. So 2, 2, and 2, and there should be 2 left. Okay, so now we gotta put our stuff out, and these guys would still be at unrest. And that one, and that one. And this is actually a large town. So we were at what, 30 something? Now we're at 20, 39. So we went up, I think, 7 ducats in income for that. And now we don't have to worry about vassals and all that other stuff happening to us either. So this was excellent. Great expansion for us. What I need to do is get the unrest in these resolved, and then I think I need to just take out Morocco and keep going south. That's actually the better plan. And I am griping because I screwed up Austria. Austria should not have drawn that event first. They should have done this because I really think that the game is coming to a close way quicker than necessary. So it is England's turn, and same deal with England. They're now going to do an event. And the new event card is this one. Roll. So a 4 is they're going to take an opponent's event. Even though they had their own out there, there is no opponent event. And so they take the first one. So we're going to get a lot of money. Is that really 2 of them? So there's $8 on these. So we're going to get our choice, whichever one we want. But they're taking Dutch independence, which this is not going to help them. Add unrest to all Dutch core provinces with a town on them, and place orange below these. Oh my gosh. These are the Dutch ones. And you might be asking, how do I know which ones are Dutch? See, there's a little Dutch flag right here behind the main flag. So we're going to get one of those out. And then let's copy the capital one. Okay, I think Amsterdam would be the capital for them. So we'll put that one there. And then this on top. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10. We'll just get a whole bunch of them. Okay, that one's not Dutch. That one is. Alright, so that covers everything. The English, of course, have all the Dutch. Now, if I would have played it properly, they would not have had all the Dutch. So we're going to go ahead and drop those back in. And I dropped them into the wrong one, didn't I? Ay, ay, ay. Alright, we aren't done. So then, yes, those go on all the remaining. Prefer Amsterdam as capital. Netherlands leaves the HRE, and the Emperor loses 1. If at least 3 provinces join the DNPR, 5 appear in the Netherlands. If there's at least 1 unrest there. We don't have to worry about the Emperor thing, because he's already at 1. The 5 rebels, though, in the Netherlands, if at least 1 is there, is a big deal. Now, the thing I don't understand is there's... Okay, Netherlands, the area. Okay. So 5 rebels does appear, and England's in trouble because they're out of cubes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. England is going to pull this off, though, because since they have 1 cube, they are going to do a defend action. They won't be able to recruit, but they will be able to spend that 1 action to move here, and then do a battle, and if they win the battle, which they will, they get their cube back. And England has a massive army, so they're going to crush this. Too bad they weren't completely out of cubes. They got that pesky 1 left. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, the power struggle is going to happen. So that means this one moves over, and then this is the new one, the Holy League. And this is way over in Hungary and Crimea. So, gosh, Castile is involved in this? Because of Algiers and Tunisia. So I'm going to have to declare war on the Ottomans if I want to pull that off. I have so much to do. Okay, that happened. This one. I know it's the Protestant symbol, but I think it's all religion spread, right? Yes, all religion spread. Okay, so Protestantism is one big blob now. Sorry about that. And they are going to spread. I hate to say this, but they're going to go over the Counter-Reformed. Is that really what they're going to do? So we get to do it in any order. So I'm going to change the order. Besides, Counter-Reformed comes before P. So we're going to spread the Counter-Reformed. I want chaos. Alright, Counter-Reformed is going to spread. And we got a C here, a B, a B. So Counter-Reformed actually goes over Protestant. So now this is becoming two blobs. This one. Where would it spread? They actually, since it is their state religion, they do want it to spread within their area. That's a P, that's a W, L, R, R. This is a B, so it actually would go over here. Nope. My apologies. That's too far away. So they would go to the R, I think. So the diverse faith goes away. Alright, and then France would spread one to Burgundy. Actually, Brittany first. Look at that. Those guys are still alive. And then England. Northumbria. And then now the Protestant would spread. And so, yeah, this one would take Austria. And then this one, we would have done this one first, would have gone into Burgundy. Then this one would have spread. Now we got the big blob again. So yeah, they're spreading around quite nicely. I actually like that mechanic. That they did a real good job. Rebels happens, and then all the triangles get sick. And this is what I was talking about. Like, I didn't want my triangle guys going down yet. And granted, I don't think that guy was going down, but this one was. So he would have gotten sick if I would have played him. And it's not like a leader does me any good right now. But we got to do rebels. So this is a little annoying. I got 3 rebels to do here. One of them is a rebellion and 2 ducats, which just slaughtered me. That 2 ducats problem. The rebellion, we're going to roll for them first. 1 hit, and then us. 1 hit. So we just lost another unit. This going down to 5 ducats thing hurts us here. I can't go into debt anymore. Jerks. Oh no, we're gonna get ducats from this. So that'll be our free action. Okay, what was I doing? That's right. We are doing all the dang rebels. 2 for Constantinople. They're losing a cube. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Poland. 2 of them get better and they lose a cube. Flip. And I think flip. No, flip. Austria has 2. They are losing a cube, which is fine. They don't have one. England. This is interesting. They're going to roll 5. They're going to have a rebellion, and they're going to have 2 rebellions, and they lose a cube. So they're not going to be able to quell the rebellion. And it's actually going to be worse. Because see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 guys here. So that means 1, 2, 3, and 4 got removed. Because these guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, there's 5. So they liberated the whole thing as part of the roll. Because these guys are already on the board. So this happens before the roll even occurs. And then now there's 2 more rebellions. And it could be up here, you could argue. This is actually lower tax up here. Or Ireland. That's the hard part, is because if it's here that the rebellions happen, they're actually going to lose more territory. But I think because this is considered lower tax, because it's only 3, we're going to do the 2 rebellions there, and then of course that's where the troops are. So they are going to get to roll against the troops. And one of them does die. So yeah, 1 gets killed. But they are out of cubes, which is interesting. So England is actually losing some power here. In fact, they're losing so much that they now have 2 extras sitting on this. So we need to... Okay, so if they have 2 extras, that means this is the one that would be empty. They're technically here right now. And then these are the extra ones sitting there. And then this sits here to block that, because that's the one here. Okay. Okay. Netherlands is now a thing. And then because of all these guys, they're going to spread. So good luck, England. Okay, who the heck's turn was that? That was France, I believe. Or no, that was England. Now, Austria, I bucked things up. Technically, we skipped them because they still had things to do. They just had to lose a cube they couldn't lose. And if I would have done things properly, they would have probably... I don't want to retcon everything again. So we're just going to let it go. There's definitely mistakes were made with Poland. Let's just leave it at that. I'm sorry, with Austria. Poland is passing. And in doing so, they get 2 cubes. Ottomans are passing. And they're going to get 1 cube. And by the luck of the draw, 4 people will not have passed by the time it's our turn, so we're going to get 2 turns out of the deal. France has not rolled their dice. I forgot to finish this. They got a rebellion and a lost cube, and two of them come back. Let's do the ones that come back first. Anjou and Berry come back. This is their rebellion. And so the rebellion is actually going to cause Burgundy to reappear. So France actually lost a town. But let's not forget the rebel does stay on there. So that was not good for them. Okay, that also meant I didn't finish their round here. Oh no, I did. Everything's done. Okay, it is actually our turn. Because that was France's turn. I think I said it was England, and I started to take these guys their turns. They haven't passed yet. Although, yeah, they haven't gone yet. So, your 1 cube goes back. Boy, I just like making a mess of things, don't I? Okay, so it is our turn. We're basically going to get 2 more turns. This one, and then the next one. I don't need to take the event, because that'll actually be a 3rd turn for us. So let's do this turn. As you know, I don't have enough money to even lay down my leaders at this point. I need a lot of money to pay off my debts, and I also need to get my army back up. I got a lot going on here that I'm in trouble for, but I'm actually going to do revolutionary ideas, and that's going to cost me 2 cubes. And if you look at it, I'm going to pay 2 more cubes, and I'm basically going to pay 4 of these. I'm going to score 1 extra if it's not been researched by opponent. That's not going to happen. And basically for 4 cubes instead of 5, I get to research something. I'm going to go ahead and just do that because I don't know what else to do. I could do a trade action. Actually, I'm thinking a trade act. No. I'm going to do a trade action. I don't need to do this yet. So let's just pay a cube. And let's draw 3. The problem is I have pirates everywhere. So I get to move a ship. And I'm going to go ahead and move this ship 1. Nope. I'm going to move one of these ships. Because in order to get to India, I have to go 1, 2. So you have to go to D first. And then to here. And so let's roll we roll cannon dice for ship combat. This is for the pirate, and we gotta hope we don't roll any cannons. That didn't happen. So we're gonna lose our ship, but we got theirs. So finally, the jerk in India is at least gone. But we lost our ship as well. I don't know. Yeah, I guess those guys just stay there. So let's draw 1, 2, and 3. Flippity flip. Oh, I was supposed to pay extra for gold. And every gold province they own. 2 more ducats. Do I even own any gold provinces? I have 1. So that's 2 ducats. That's a claim. It's not an own. So I just have 1. So I'm actually down 2 more ducats. But I still survive. Let's hope one of these pays off for us. So this is an interesting one. It's gold, but it's Vienna, Maghreb, and Ivory Coast. I do have the Ivory Coast. And I do own a key province. I own Gold Coast. So I may use this one. Bordeaux, this is not usable. In fact, it is the only one I can use. Alright, let's go bring this over so we can take a peek. Alright, so Ivory Coast is here. Now I did lose a ship, which hurts. I have 1, 2, 3, which already puts me at 16 ducats. The Gold Coast puts me to 4. And even if I would have had that other ship, it would have been 5. So I'm good to go there. So now I have to pay an admin or gain a loan if the ducats I just earned is greater than half my tax base. So my tax base is more than 32 bucks, 32 ducats. So this 16 doesn't hurt me, but holy cow would that be bad for my current situation. But 16 ducats is a huge breath of fresh air. It came at just the right time. Having gold is nice. Okay, so that was an action worth doing. And now that I've done that, let me make sure these events aren't causing any more sickness. Nope. So I'm going to place this one for 4 and this one for 2. That's going to cost me 6 ducats. And I know it's going to make my upkeep go up. And I probably, arguably speaking, don't need more cubes. But you never have too many cubes. I'm just telling you. Okay, so turn is over. England now passes. So they get the 2 cubes. And then Austria, like I said, had one more action in them. These guys pass. So they get 1 cube. And then the Ottomans pass. And I'm pretty darn sure France is passing. So now we're down to 1 turn left. And I did something out of order. Oh yeah, we're fine. We're down to 1 turn left, and I'm going to take my turn. I'm not going to do the other thing. So what am I going to do? That's a great question. I definitely don't want to declare war, but I want to get rid of unrest. I'm going to gain an unrest because of religion, and then I'm going to be able to lose one because of stability. So the religion happens first, and then the stability. So I want to remove 3 cubes from here. 2, 3, and then flippity, flippity, flippity. So we're going to get some stability. And now everybody passes. It comes back to us, and we must take an event. So let's figure out which event we're going to take. No matter which one we do, we're getting 8 ducats. So that part is fantastic. Okay, if we don't choose this one, then nothing happens. So we can add unrest and in Northumbria. The problem with Northumbria is that's exactly where this jerk is standing. It would be really nice if he wasn't there, because then we could have created some more revolts for him. They could develop a small into a large. That would actually help them. Found the London Stock Exchange. England gains 1 stability, which would be remove an unrest. Ducats equal to their deployed ships. England may build up to 3 ships at half cost. Well, none of that is good for me. Scandinavian power. Add pink on all Danish and Norwegian core provinces, as well as Schleswig and Holstein. Ooh, don't we already have? We already have pink there. So that's already been done. Add blue in all Swedish core, plus 2 provinces adjacent to Baltic Sea, then add Protestant tokens to all affected areas. We're going to do the Scandinavian power, because why not? We're going to create more chaos. So now we're going to put some blue tokens out. And where's a blue capital? We'll go ahead and grab this one. We're going to clone you. And Stockholm gets it. And then blue. And then I think they're going to lose theirs, right? It said all cities, right? Swedish core provinces. So yeah, Denmark's going to get knocked down a notch. Alright, so some pinkities. And I just realized I took too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it said 3 around the Baltic. So I'm going to assume that we're not going to take from Denmark. So we're going to just do 1, 2, 3. We'll take the Livland ones. And then we got to give these guys their stuff back. So actually it only removed like 1 or 2 Denmark. I am very pleased with how the game develops as you go. Like this is really I just have nothing but praise with this. So that was our event, and before I forget, let me grab our 8 ducats here. So rather than grabbing 8, I'm actually going to go all the way down to 3. And let's see. I was at 13, so I'm doing this math really awkward. I spent 10 to go down to 3, and then I would gain 8 to go to 11, so I'm going to go down to 1, and that lets me get rid of 2 of these. That's all I was trying to do, was pay off some debt before the end of the round. So 2 of those are gone. It gives me a little bit of breathing room. I am 30 in debt, and my revenue, or my upkeep, is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 4 is 12, 13, 14, 15, and then this boat and that boat makes it 16. Sounds high, but that's not even half of what I'm going to make. So I am going to make pretty decent money. And then we have to do revolts again. Oh my gosh, this is so bad for England. And then Protestant spreads. Oh man, we made the right call. First of all, 1, 2, 3 for Ottomans. Rebellion, remove unrest, lose a cube. Okay, one of these gets removed. 2, 3, 4. This is the higher. So that one's going to get removed. There's going to be a rebellion over here. And this is the part that gets crazy. It's going to be, because no one's fighting them, it just straight up gets a revolutionary token. They're going to lose points for all this. Poland, 1, 2, 3. Poland's actually finally getting stable. They're going to lose cubes. Just 1. And then Austria, 2. One of them gets better. Which one? That one. And then 1, 2, 3 for France. Okay, 1 rebellion and a lost cube. So the rebellion for France would go... I'm just dropping it. I need to figure this out. I would say this one, because it's a lower tax area. And they get a rebel token. Well, in fact, this is not a core, is it? Oh my gosh, they lose this. And then England gets it back. So we're going to get one of these. But it's unrest for England. So technically that doesn't go there. And then I got to move this over, because now England is at that spot. And then England rolls 5 dice. They're lucky they're limited to just 5. 1 rebellion for them and a lost cube. Oh boy, where does the rebellion go? I think we determined it's always going to be here, because that's the lowest tax. So they're lucky they kept their troop there. Oh, that was a flip. There we go. They lose another one. Wrong side. This side goes to that side. Now, but here's the crazy part. This guy goes hog wild. And so Antwerpen is gone. And then these guys are all going to move. I always forget the rules, so let's figure out where they're moving to. Move all but one to an area with unrest, which is adjacent by land, if any. Cannot move. Resolve battle immediately if there's any land units there. If there are no eligible, remove one. So they're just going to move, which makes it all the more interesting, because they're all going to go there because that's where the unrest is. So fascinating how this works. Okay. Then the religion spread. So actually I like the chaos, but I'm starting to feel bogged down a little bit. Okay, so for these two, where does it spread now? L, W, M, T, or R? I would say L. So that's going to go up there. This one, now what's interesting is they're just going to keep battling. It's going to go here to Austria, but then they're going to take Austria back. So I'm not going to keep doing this. I'm just going to stop. And then over here, oh, Aquitaine. Should have gotten it before Brittany and Normandy, so my apologies there. And then this one would go into Scotland. So, yeah. Now, Protestant would spread. So technically, these are two different blobs again. And so it doesn't matter which blob I choose, they're going to choose Austria. And then the other blob then gets to go. So I'm going to make this one choose Austria, and then the other one, we got a B over here. Yeah, they would actually overwrite this one. They really would. So the counter-reformed is just gone. And now Austria is just a religion that they don't exist. Okay. Finally done with all that. Now we're at the end of the round. Thank goodness there's no symbols at the bottom, so we didn't have to do anything with that one. We are now going to resolve the end here. And it's not just the round, but it's the age. So, Casus Belli truces, no worries. NPR invasions, no worries. This one here is going to be insanity. Rebel siege or move. I just want to make sure I've been doing rebels right. All these guys don't siege. So I'm not going to do a siege again. I apologize. They roll rebel dice. Or no, the rebellions. Okay, I apologize. The revolution does siege. So here we go. They're going to siege or whatever. So they're going to siege this one now. So there's two there. This isn't rebel dice. This is siege or move. And then here, England is just going to get blasted. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. All gone. So Netherlands is back to its normal self. Hold on. Alright, so let's take care of these. Okay, we're currently here. So I'm going to be putting one back there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now they're here. So we're just going to fill those in like this. That's how it works. You just double them up. And so that's where they technically are now. Now, no more rebels are moving, but this one is actually going to siege. And it doesn't necessarily siege that one. I guess you could argue that they do. It's really bizarre because this is the rebel that freed them. So now this rebel would siege them. Um, like why wouldn't they rebel elsewhere? Because yeah, that's the part where it gets a little wonky. Let me check. See, they siege any town with an unrest. So if they're in an area where they exist but there's no unrest, move all but one to an area adjacent by land. I see. So a couple things would be a little different here. This one would not be unrest. I don't know why the English one wasn't flipped for Bruges, but they should have been, unless somehow. So I'm going to keep that one gone. These two, however, did not have unrest. So we're going to put those English towns back. Or no, they did have unrest. I apologize. They did. Boy, I'm being... So this one would get sieged. It's really bizarre, but that's what would have happened. And that covers everything. Okay. Would any of these moved? We cleared 1, 2, 3 of them. So 2 of these would have moved, but there's nowhere around that has unrest. So I think one of them just goes away, because it says one goes away if there's no more unrest. So we'll go ahead and remove one. Alright, let's keep going. Peace. I don't think anybody's at war. Prestige penalties. Now this one we gotta do. This one we lose 3 points. I have that pretty much down. Occupied towns. If they have a town that's occupied by enemies, they lose points equal to their tax value, maximum 5. So technically England loses 1. Ottomans lose 1. And I think that's it. Religious dissent. This is going to be nuts. Definitely religious dissent here and here, so that flips again. Nope, this one would flip first. They have religious dissent, so Danzig would flip. Austria has it, so this one would flip. England has it, so that one would flip. And that one flips. No, these actually have counter-reformed. France is actually doing pretty good. but one of these would flip. So Montpelier. Now we would get a flip. In fact, one of these flips, but then because of our unrest, we flip one back. And same with Austria, they get to flip one back. So we are done there. Rolling right along. Now we have to roll rebel dice. So again, 1, 2, 3 for the Ottomans. They lose a cube. And they get to flip one. They'll flip that one. 3, 4 for Poland. Rebellion. Ugh. So for Poland, the rebellion would go on L. We did Austria already. France would be 1, 2, 3. Lose a cube and 2 unrest goes away. So Bourbon. France is getting pretty stable. Then England, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lose a cube and a rebellion. So the rebellion for them, now this gets interesting, that would be over here, so they lose another town. And let's not forget there's actually a person here, but I don't think it matters, that doesn't have any unrest. Okay. We're going to cut costs, we're going to do this, and then it's a lot of refreshing. Austria has both, so they're going to get 4 points. And then we do this. So we're going to gain 20, 30, 9, 41. Minus 16. So that's 31, 25. So that puts us to 26. I mean, the good news is if I don't spend any money next round, that's 2 more debts paid off. We're getting there. And then we gain our income. I get 2 extra cubes of something. So let's do, I get 3 plus 1 is 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I get 2 plus 2 is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 2 plus 3 is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then I get to take any 2 cubes of my choice. I honestly don't know which ones to take, but I think I'm going to do diplomacy and military. I want to do admin maybe. Nope, I'm going to do 2 diplomacy. And that's it. Alright, so 2, 5, 6, 7. All their cards are... Oh, it's the end of the age. Hold on, we got way more to do. Oh, we do that at the very end. So, end of age, All the bot cards go back. Too bad they don't have a way to sort them. But I guess, yeah, how would they know how to sort? One, two, three, four, 5, 6, and 7. One, two, 3, 6, one more 7. 5, 6, 7. I forgot to do the Ottomans. 5, 6, 7. First player token goes to England. We're going to reset these guys. What else do I need to do? Colonists. I'm going to gain just a whopping 1 colonist, I believe. Guess it's better than nothing. What else do I need to do? They lose all their alliances. We're going to do end of age. Alright, end of age. I know we did this once before, but I already forgot everything. So we're going to have to do the event deck. I'll do that in a second. Remove the milestones. Ah, that's an interesting one. Always fun to see what the new ones are. Okay, so these go there. Two, 3, and 4. Win a naval combat against an opponent in which they lose 4 or more ships. That's hard. Have 8 or more allied units deployed in your armies. Easy. Own provinces on 4 different distant continents. Doable. Occupy 4 or more trade protection slots adjacent to each of 2 different trade nodes. Count no slot twice. What the heck is a trade protection slot? Oh. That's these little shades. Those. So what do they need me to do? Occupy 4 or more of them adjacent to each of 2 different trade nodes. So count no slot twice. So I got 1, 2 here, 3, 4 there. I see. I actually have 1, 2, 3 here. I could get a 4th because I have 2 empty spots there. And then over here I can have 4. India doesn't even let me have 4. So I need a lot more ships, is what this is trying to tell me. They're doable. There's a lot of doable ones there. Okay, what else? What else? So everything's been researched, so I can't replace. The player with the least prestige may choose to replace 1 new ideal milestone on display with a card of their choice. This one's the weird one, but the lowest prestige is Poland. So we're just going to have them roll. And it's going to be left, middle, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, bottom up. So left side, bottom. So they're going to replace Inquisition, which is fine by me. So this goes away. And this is where it gets interesting, because there's 2 of these here. But there's now 3 here, and see, this is that's a era 3. That's also an era 3. So now I'm going to shuffle these and draw one. So we got Absolute Monarchy. Gain 1 stability each time you enforce a peace on an opponent in a peace resolution. During phase 4, if you have positive stability, gain 2 cubes of any type and 1 point. But you lose this stability and gain 2 cubes. It's a government form, max 1. Interesting. I want to see the other ones. Industrial Revolution. When all players have passed, take a free trade action, even using an activated merchant. Top of the discard pile, or develop a small into a large for free. That's pretty sweet. Gain 2. So basically this is just, you get more income. I've seen this before, and it's always hard to do, but now, with all the stuff out there, this would be really nice. Basically, you get to research stuff for 1 less. Gain 8 ducats for each loan taken, and pay 9 to repay a loan. You gain 1 fewer from events than normal, and no loss from gold cards. Remove half of them from your treasury. So you get less ducats when you take a loan, but you get less of these forced loans, and you no longer get loans from gold, and you remove half your loans from your treasury. I don't like that one at all. I guess it could be useful if you're smaller, I guess. It's supposed to be useful if you're large. Okay, that is done. If anybody has a royal marriage in play, they score 1 and lose 1. If player removes, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I'm not sure there's any royal marriages out here. I would swear I kept seeing one, but if there is, it's a mistake. Because there certainly shouldn't be one now. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, so we got a lot of work to do, Scooby-Doo. So first one, let's just go to France. In age 3, France loses 8, 14, 18, 22. So 8, 14, 18, 22. So those cards are gone for France. The Ottomans, 8, 11, 12, and 14. Eight, 11, 12, 14. Poland. Six, 10, 11, 12. Austria. I did not mean to do that. 5, 10, 11, 12. We already learned like 10 is like the naval, and then 11 is the colonial stuff, explore, and then 12 is colonize. Right, and then England. Four, 8, 14, 19. Okay, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I bet S just shuffles, doesn't it? Nope. Shuffle, shuffle. Alright, that's done. Now, if you want to see a real doozy, we got to now do the age 3 cards. And the best way to do it is to come over here, get them to orient properly. So we have to look at these cards here, and then here. And if we're playing with Muscovy, which, by the way, I do recommend. Muscovy was fun. I played a player versus player version, so certain cards get replaced if Muscovy's in the game. And then, like here, you could do a shorter variant where we just end the game. There's a part of me that wants to end the game, but I'm not winning it right now, so therefore I don't feel like we should end the game. It's a 4-age game. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to search this deck and then fill this in. So, for example, 31 through 34 is the same across the board. So it's 31A, and then you got 1 and 2, right? So 1 on the left, 2 on the right. So we put 1 on the left, 2 on the right. Then 33, 34, all right, and then 352, 353, 358. Who's what did happen to 358? Did he go here? What happened to 358? I just wanted to see it. He looked because he gives you a leader. Look at that, 334. That's a really good leader, not lever. Oh, you have to have rebels on your board. Oh, that's the only way you get them is to have rebels. Okay, that's not quite as good, but anyways, he goes over here. And 360. Then on this side, 351, 354, 362, I am starting to get the hang of the numbering. The tens are age 1, 20s, 30s, 40s. Age 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you get into 150 So the 3-digit ones are in the hundreds, 200s, 300s, 400s. So those are by age. The 100 cards are the special ones. Those are those crazy cards that do crazy things. The the 10, 20, 30, 40 cards are just those are the unique cards that belong to each nation, like Austria, France. And then the 201 cards here, um, most of those are they're more generic, like they're base cards. They're still based on 100, 200, 300, 400, but they're not in the 150s. They're in the 101s. So, anyways, we are currently done with the first row on both. So now we go to 301. And so, like for example, the -1, that's the Austria card, Catholic League. So that goes over here, and then the other one is the Noble Revolt in Hungary, goes there. So 301 is Austria. 302, that's us. So we have Iberian Revolts. Oh no. So we gain 2 unrest in each of those places. We'll place a total of 8 revolts in the areas affected. We gain 2 victory points and 2 military cubes. Or we can appease them and lose 2 points, but we have to disband 6 units and pay. And then we get Felipe, who is the weakest ruler ever. So it's good to know that that's coming. And then the decline of the Habsburgs. Look at that. We get a 111. Boy, we are not doing well anymore in age 3. So we have to offer a royal marriage to 2 opponents. Must offer an alliance to one of them. All of their partners gain a Cassis Valley in an area adjacent to Castile. Or we lose 2 points, 1 stability, and 2 and gain unrest on 5. Oh my gosh. If somebody else picks that for us, we're toast. I didn't like that at all. 303. So there's the English ones. Oh my gosh, they got Civil War coming. And the Glorious Revolution. They just don't have good events. 304. The rebellions in France. And Protestants expelled. They got some really nice leaders. 306. Here's the Ottomans. That's a -2. And here's the -1. I hope I didn't screw that up with the other ones. Apologize if I did. 307. Poland. It's pretty easy to check. They should all have -2s on them. If there's any -1s, then I put it in the wrong deck. They all look good. Alright, so that's what you have to do to sort the deck. The rest of these cards are out, and I've been putting those way down here in the graveyard. And then this is the second half of age 3. This is the first half of age 3. So now what I do is I shuffle. And I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. Shuffle, shuffle. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there we go. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. All set up, ready to go. It's a bit of work. It actually might be quicker if I had the game physically in front of me. Some of this other stuff I think might be a little faster using Tabletop Simulator, but this one I'm not so sure about. So we are ready to start age 3. 2 ages left. I am very close with the leaders here. We are not doing bad. If I could just get more actions and they would quit passing so quickly, I think I would have a lot more points. Now, I am going to get an opportunity to score more points. This is where a lot of points get scored, is these things. And I can get, like, for example, this one pretty quickly. But England goes first, and there's a lot of people that are going to go before me. With the new cube rule, like, the Ottomans are the only one that can even grab a focus here. As you can see, well, there's a few other people who have a focus cube out there. But with these little focus cube things, the moment they draw a focus card, they automatically get politics. This one's going to automatically get expansion. So I already know that if they draw a focus card, this one's actually going to get grabbed, because that's the politics one. And then the expansion one is this one. And those are the two that I know, I'm pretty sure I can get. So I do have to beat them to the punch. I don't have a say in what kind of card they're going to draw, but that's the way it works. I'm going to end it here. England will start age 3. I honestly don't know if the exploration should have been more beefed up. I can tell you this. When we played with 4 human players, you need 4 people to pass. Or even just with 3 human players. You need 4 people to pass before you only have one more turn before the round's over. So when we had human players playing, the bots would pass early like they do now, but the humans would keep it going. Because everybody, it doesn't matter who you are, you want to do more turns. And very few times does a human say, I want to pass early. Most of the time, there's something we all need to do or want to do. And we're going to use as many cubes as we can. And one of the things that happens is, like, this is 10 explore actions. But it's only 10 explore actions if the other guys aren't passing. Well, if they also have, because I was playing against England, I was Castile, he was England, he was exploring, then I was exploring. He was exploring, then I was exploring. So we were getting tokens out here a lot more prevalent. So that's where player versus player changes things. But with that said, we were playing a friendly game because he had, like, North America, I was taking South, and we agreed we weren't going to go into each other's territories. He could have easily declared war on me because he had a navy and just wiped me out. He really could have just wiped me out if he wanted to. But we were playing a friendly game and just trying to outscore each other a friendly way. But anyways, thanks for watching. Stay awesome.